Come with me while I finish this Hygge blanket. I've been so itchy to get this done, but I ran out of yarn for the border, so I've been waiting for it to come in the mail. So it finally came in. Let's get it finished. Let's get the border on, the pom-pom border and all of that, and then there'll be a final reveal. So stick around to the end too. Okay, so the last time we had talked about this blanket, I was chugging along, getting all the squares combined and starting the border. And then I got, I did 2.5 rows of the border and I ran out of yarn. And what stinks is I even ordered an extra skein of yarn. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know if my tension just got loose or what, but the bummer thing was the reel for the blanket was due yesterday. I don't know if you remember, but I'm a part of a Make-A-Thon, so there's like 40 of us making the same blanket, and the reel that we were all making and sending in was due yesterday. And so since I didn't have my yarn in because it came this morning, I had to wing it to make it look like my blanket was done. The girls in the group knew my blanket was not done. However, I was really bummed because I wanted to send the full blanket, obviously, with the, the border and all of that. So I had my husband kind of film for me, and I was like, okay, well, just don't show the edge. Well, and literally it was 2.5 rows completed. So it's, well, more than that, it was probably 2 3/4. So it's really just like this small little section. Like we're talking like this little section here is what was not finished. We just kind of left that side of it out of the reel so that, everything else was in the reel, and it was fine. Like you totally couldn't tell. But of course, you just want the whole thing to be completed, So I was so bummed out. The yarn was supposed to show up on Saturday, and it did not. It did not come. Today, actually, I've ordered from We Crochet a few times, and I feel like their tracking is a little bit weird because there's been a few times where it says it's going to be delivered that day and then it doesn't come until the next day or even a few days later. That's a little bit of a bummer. The yarn is so worth it from there. Like their products are so nice and so nice to work with that it's just worth it for me, and I don't care if it takes a little longer to get here. Now that we are losing Joanne, I really don't like to order yarn because I like to feel it. I like to touch and see, and I like to get the full sensory experience with when I'm buying yarn. So it is a little bit of a bummer that we will lose Joanne, but we do have a Michael's and a Hobby Lobby in our town, which is good, but there's just something about Joanne and the variety of things that they had that was just so fun to me to go in there. Anyways, so I am now kind of looking at different places to order online that are, worth it. Places where I can find some cute yarn and some yarn that I really enjoy having. And obviously, I know I enjoy Bernat Blanket, so obviously I can just order from them directly. But it is nice to be able to go into the store and see colors and put things side by side too. Okay, so we are almost to the end here. And then this pattern, so I had to buy this whole skein for this small section. I thought about even ripping it out and just crocheting it tighter, but I had half of a row to do, and I just didn't know if that would have been enough to get me all the way to the end. Anyway, so the pattern calls for the border, and then there is a different color palm border that you work on the very outer edge, and that palm border is so cute. So cute. Like when you see the reels of all the girls in our group who did the palm border on there, oh, it just totally makes the blanket, and it's so adorable. So I cannot wait to get that completed around this when we're done with this little section here. When I bought the pattern, I didn't realize that one of the colors, actually it's this color here, this dark brown. was actually supposed to be the border color, and I did not look at the pattern close enough, so I just incorporated that color into my blanket. I should have saved it for this outer palm border. Since I used it, not only did I have some skeins of yarn left over from the project, but then I also had to order a new palm border and color because I didn't want to use like the same color that I had in the blankets, like, or in the squares. Like I wanted to do something completely different. So I ended up going with one of the black tweed colors, or the black tweed color from Knit Picks. I ordered that, and that had come in. And at that time when I ordered that new color, I ordered an extra skein of this border color, and I still ran out. Luckily now we are back on track. Everything's good. The border is now complete. And we can tie this off and weave in the ends. So this blanket is made by, the designer is Not a Crawl Crochet. If I remember right, she has a video on how to do the palm border. I think. I'm gonna have to look at the pattern and see and refresh my memory. But if she does, I'll have to watch that real quick and then start. So we'll have to take a little break, and then I'll come back and we'll make it together. Has that ever happened to you where you buy yarn for a project and then get all the way through and realize that you don't have enough yarn? It's like very stressful, especially when these girls are like, we're doing this as a project, like as a group project. We're all waiting on each other, right? Like we're turning this in together at the same time, and like there's a deadline and there's a due date. And so it's very stressful to not have everything that we need. And I was like, I like to do things. I'm not a perfectionist by any means. However, if people are relying on me, I want things to be done well, right? So like I wanted it to be complete when I needed it to be complete. But it was fine. It worked out. We did everything just the way that we needed to, and it was fine. There was no big deal. And these girls in our group, they're so understanding. Like just the kindest group of ladies. Like it was very cool to be in a make-a-thon with others. I've never done that before. And I was a little leery at first because a lot of them knew each other, and then here I am kind of this outsider, so like they already had inside jokes and stuff, so I was like really nervous, but they were all so sweet and like welcomed me in, and it was very cool. It was a very fun experience. So I do enjoy that, and I would recommend, if there's a chance that you get to be a part of a make-a-thon or knit along or crochet-a-thon or whatever, I would totally recommend doing it because it was super fun. Anyway, okay, so this is done. I'm going to pause you guys real quick. I'm going to check the pattern, check and see if there's a video, and then I will jump back on here and then you can sit with me while I finish the border. So hold on. This is a little chaotic there for a minute, but we're good now. I got everything sorted. We have the Wellies Heather Wool of the Andes Tweed by We Crochet Knit Picks. I don't actually know the story with Knit Picks and We Crochet. I don't know if they just like combined companies, or I guess I should probably look at that and see what the story is there. Get the deets on it. Or the tea. That's what everybody likes to say now. We're gonna get the tea. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna start with we need to run around and do like a quick little border thing on here. So I'm gonna do that, and then she does actually have a crochet video for the palm border, but you have to buy the pattern to get the link for it. So there's like I think like an unlisted YouTube video where like you have to specifically have the link for that. If you want to make this pattern and the border and all of that, you should go to Etsy and buy her pattern. And I'll definitely link it down below for the Hygge Burst Granny Blanket. If you are a crocheter, do you enjoy making granny squares? I enjoy making them. I think that they're really fun to create like different color combos and all of that. And they're small, well, or small-ish. I guess they vary in size, but just the size of them is fun because they work up quick, so you feel like you're really making a lot of progress. Plus, you don't have to take like a bunch of stuff with you, like to take this whole blanket to work on, like at the doctor's office. That's kind of it's obnoxious, right? So a small granny square is very doable to do if you are, you know, out and about with your crochet. What I don't enjoy about granny squares is the joining part. However, I will say Not a Crawl Crochet came up with a very on point way of connecting all the squares. Like it was time consuming. I mean, don't get me wrong. It did take a little bit of time. It really was not as bad as I was expecting it to be. I think that I was just like dreading thinking that this was going to take forever and I was going to have like so many weird ends to weave in. I think that I would probably put together like this square with this square with this square with this square. And I mean, essentially that's how Not a Crawl had us do it, but she worked it in a way and like how you zigzag around that totally made way more sense and made it go so fast. So you weren't like tying and weaving in ends and stopping and starting. And so that was like super cool. I totally fell in love with granny squares after doing that because you don't have to like start and stop. That's, I think, kind of back in the day how I used to do it just because I didn't know. And this way was way more efficient, way faster, totally made granny square making like worth it. I now don't really fear making a huge blanket out of granny squares because it was quick. I do love the granny square stitch too because it's great that you can look away, like you're not trying to find the small little like stitch to put your crochet hook in. You just find the big section and you put it in there. And so like I could watch a show a lot easier. I could, obviously talk to you guys, that type of thing. It's just so much faster. I feel like doing granny squares. I've made quite a few granny square projects. Like I did the hexagon granny square sweater. There's not really like a pattern that I followed for that. Like I don't know, I just watched a lot of different designers and how they did it and I kind of just like combined all of that together. But yeah, I've done the hexagon and then I did the so it's by MJ's Off the Hook Design. And what did she call it? Was it the Granny Pop Pullover? Or Granny, think it's Granny Pop Pullover. I can put that on the screen as well. And of course, like I can link that one down below for you guys. But that one was honestly like by far, that was my favorite sweater that I've ever made because it was just super easy and it was granny squares, and like I don't know, it's essentially a top-down raglan style. I don't know, I didn't feel like I had to sit and measure myself and try to get it correct. Like you work from the neckline and work down, but you could just try it on and see where you're at, which is super cool. And so that one worked up super quick. My goal is that I would eventually like to knit a top down raglan style sweater. I do enjoy crochet, of course, like that's my favorite thing to do. When it comes to clothing, crochet is on the thicker side. It's really warm, like in the wintertime, of course, like when you have a nice thick sweater. For things like summer tops or summer, I don't know, tank tops or whatever, I feel like it's just a little bit too hot to wear a crocheted piece. If you guys crochet or knit, how long have you been doing that? Have you like done it your whole life? Have you done it like as a child, or did you just learn maybe more recently, or did you take up a new hobby during COVID? I know a lot of people took up new hobbies during COVID. I think that was very popular. I've been crocheting since I was a little girl. My grandma on my dad's side taught me how to crochet, and I just remember like sitting in her lap, and she'd be working usually on a chevron blanket because that was her favorite. And I remember just sitting with her, and she would teach me, and so then she would let me work her project, and it was a lot of fun. It was just like it was a fun memory, or kind of a pastime that I had with her. I always wondered though, like as I got older, she's passed away now, so I couldn't ask her. But I always wondered if like she went and ripped out all, because like when you crochet with a certain tension and stuff. So like then if I'm working over her, doing a row, I wonder if she went back and ripped out my section so that she can make the tension correct. Not that it matters, but I always wondered that. She always was working on something. She was either sewing quilts or crocheting. Mainly, I feel like I remember her seeing her crochet though. But she got me started with crochet early on. I remember going and buying yarn and working on a few things like baby blankets and stuff for my dolls. And I remember like trying to make a scarf, which did not turn out well. It was all wonky, and I didn't really understand the stitch definition and like what stitch was what and where things were supposed to go. And so obviously as I've crocheted over the years, I've figured that out, and now I know what to look for and whatever. But and then like when I was in high school, this really fuzzy yarn came out. And I don't know, I mean we would get it at Michael's, I guess. I don't know who made it. I don't know like where it came from, like who the manufacturer was or anything, but my mom and I would buy this yarn and we would make scarves out of it, but we would knit those because this yarn, like every strand, I mean, it was like a cat's tail. Like it was literally just fuzzy. And so you really, I don't know that anybody could crochet with that stuff. But knitting was really easy because then you could just see the main strand of the yarn. So it was easier to knit with. So we made a lot of knit scarves with that stuff. And so I think my mom was the one that actually just taught me how to knit, because I don't know, I'm not sure if I knew of anybody else that knitted. I don't know if my other grandma knitted per se. So yeah, I think my mom and I just did that together. That's where my knitting knowledge came from. And I didn't knit very much. Like I literally just did rows and made like a scarf. Like it was nothing crazy. I never like did increases or decreases or anything like that. It was literally just a rectangle. And so as I have grown in my crochet journey, I have kind of taken up a love of knitting too, because there's times I get bored with crochet. Like, I know that sounds kind of weird at having a crochet business, but I don't know. Sometimes I like the challenge of doing something a little bit different, and that's where knitting kind of scratches that itch for me. Like I said, I never knew how to do anything but like a square or rectangle. I had made some like knitted washcloths at one time, and those were, fairly easy. But I really wanted to kind of expand my knitting knowledge and kind of grow in that area. So I've been doing that more and more. I did knit a huge blanket. I don't know why I decided to take this on. It was a big project, and it was my first like really big knitting project. This huge blanket, like huge. And there's different like patterns in it, or like textures in the pattern, and it's beautiful. Like I'll throw a video, or I think I have a video or a reel of it. I'll throw that in here. But it was so easy. Like I started that project, not only you're using these huge knitting needles and stuff, but like it was so easy. I was shocked at how easy it was, and turned out so cute. I mean, I did have a lot of time into the project, of course, but it was fun. I was happy I did it. I was happy I took that on. I would totally do it again because it was a lot of fun. I'll throw the link for the designer, or like their Etsy link in there in the description, so you guys can look at her stuff. I actually like this designer really well. She does knit and crochet, which is cool because that's kind of what I do. And so it's just neat to see different things that she posts about, and like her vibe or her aesthetic is so cute. Like she does a lot of Woolies yarn, and a lot of it is like the same color palette. And so everything is just really pretty. Like her Instagram is very aesthetic. Anyway, so I do enjoy following her. Or her Instagram is called Lily Knits. However, I do enjoy knitting and all of that. And I hope to get a little bit better at knitting. Like I said, knitting, I've never knit a piece of clothing. So I would really like to do that. A friend of mine had recommended doing a top-down raglan. I think that's probably where I'll start, just because like crocheting the top-down raglan style was so easy, and like it was easy to measure, easy to like determine where it was at like on my body, I guess. I don't know. I feel like when you're crocheting just like a random cardigan, you don't really know, I don't know, where things are. I don't know, it just feels weird. Like it's never, I don't feel like it's ever correct. So, anyway, the top down raglan is the like place to start. If you're new to doing clothing, I would start there by far. Like hands down, I think that's like the easiest place to start. I slightly have this fear that I'm going to run out of yarn. I know that I'm not. I think we're fine. I think we've got plenty of yarn here, but there's like this like little bit of trauma going into this project, feeling like I'm going to run out of this black yarn. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully we are good here. I think we will be. I really do. But I do feel like I'm crocheting a little bit tighter to not run out. I'm filming this video today, which is Monday, and one of my favorite YouTubers is Blondie Knots, and she posted a video today of her making an outfit for Coachella. And so I'm so excited to watch it. But I determined I needed to get this video filmed because I tend to wait until like Tuesday or Wednesday, and my goal is to upload every Wednesday. So trying to film a video and edit and upload like all in one day is just, it's really overwhelming. Like it's just too much. Like I don't want to film and do all that in one day. And I can spend more time like editing and just putting out a better product if I work ahead of time, right? I was kind of doing stuff this morning. Like I had orders to deliver this morning, so I did that, and then I was like, I should work on this blanket and try to get it done, because I don't want it to just sit here and sit in my bag and not get finished. So I wanted to get this done. So I thought, well, I'll just do the video today. I'll get this done and get it wrapped up, and then I can film a final reveal for you guys. I got started video editing with our church. I was doing, well, I started doing the video announcements for our church. Like I was in the video announcement. I loved doing that. Like that was so much fun to me. And then during COVID, we started putting a lot more videos out online just so that people had resources, because a lot of people weren't going to church. And so we were trying to make lots of resources for people to be able to watch at home. I got into video editing during that time. So I was doing video announcements and video editing together. And I was like, I could just do a YouTube video or like a YouTube channel, because I'm basically already doing this for the church. So I my YouTube channel actually started with a gardening channel, and in Montana, where I live, it's cold the majority of the time. So our gardening season is very short. So then like I just found myself having a hard time thinking of content to do in the wintertime. Like it just wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't as fun to do stuff in the winter. Like it was dark early and all of that. So anyway, I kind of put a hold on the gardening YouTube channel for a while, and then when I started doing like crochet, like I was selling like my crochet at shows, I was like, I should do crochet videos, because it's just like this is what I do a lot of the time, and I enjoy doing this. So I'm gonna do some crochet videos. Since I already enjoy editing and filming and all of that, it's like a no-brainer. Like I could just do this while I do that. That's how I kind of got into video editing and whatnot. Honestly, like it doesn't bother me to be in front of the camera either. Again, because like I was doing announcement videos, so like I was on the big screen at church and telling people what we had going on for the week and all of that. And so Like it just, I don't know, it became second nature, I guess, and it just was a lot of fun. And I'm not nervous really to be in front of the camera. I guess maybe in the beginning I was more nervous, and I would kind of like flub up here and there, but because like doing the announcement video, we had teleprompters and stuff, so we were using that as like our way of communicating, like exactly what we needed to say. This is a little bit more off the cuff, which I don't know that I like this as much. I do prefer having a specific topic or things to talk about. I feel like I'm rambling, and I don't know if you want to hear my rambling. Maybe you do. Like a lot of times, like I'm like, what am I going to talk about in these videos? What do people want to know? Like, what do you guys want to hear? What do you want me to talk about? Oh shoot, it's like 4 o'clock. I should probably wrap up here pretty soon and go make dinner. Tonight we're having breakfast for dinner. It's just everybody's favorite. Like, you just can't go wrong. Breakfast for dinner is where it's at. I think I bought 2 packages of bacon. So we have 2 boys, and they're big eaters. They really can eat a lot of food. We usually buy extra bacon because, of course, everybody loves bacon. But I can't decide if I want to do pancakes or toast. I should probably check my bread and see where we are in that situation. I really do enjoy avocado toast. That's like my favorite. And I put like a slice of bacon on there, and Cholula. Gotta have Cholula. So I do like toast and then an egg or 2 depending on where I'm at for the day. I do avocado, but I don't just do avocado slices. I like it mashed up. So I basically make kind of like a guacamole essentially and slather it on there. But then I add Cholula because an egg without Cholula is just, it's not fun. Anyway, yeah, I think I might just do toast now that I'm talking about that. I like to have pancakes too. I do enjoy pancakes, but I had an extra coffee today. Probably don't need all the extra sugar in pancakes. I think the toast would be a little bit of a better option. I've been buying this like Oro wheat thin slice or small slice, I think they call it, or bread, and it's so good. I really, really like it. I do look forward to eating that. It's like 70 calories for like 1 slice. And our chickens have been laying in the wintertime. They don't lay very well. And I mean, we could put lights on them and heaters and stuff like that, but I don't know. I think it's okay for them to just have that rest. I don't know. I kind of feel like it's the way God made them, and they just need that rest time to recuperate and whatever. So during that time, I don't try to facilitate them to make more eggs. I just let them have that time for themselves and deal with the harsh winters and stuff. But now they're laying quite a bit. The weather's obviously getting warmer, the sun is out more, and my boys went out today and got quite a few eggs. I'm like, we need to make eggs. So I just got in hard boiling a bunch of eggs, and like I said, we're gonna have eggs for dinner with our bacon. We'll do that tonight. I do like to make egg casseroles too. Like that's one of my favorites. Actually, I'm gonna do a Walmart pickup tomorrow, and so I should probably throw some sausage in there, make like an egg casserole. It's just nice to have like something with some protein in it, just like ready to go in the morning time. Because like I don't want to like get up and make stuff in the morning. Like it's just too much. It's too much work, especially because like we homeschool, so like we're trying to get things going in the morning and get things done, and like the idea of making a whole breakfast and stuff is just like, it feels kind of overwhelming to do that and then have to clean up and stuff. So I would just rather have like something pre-made for the whole week. Oh, actually, have you seen the sausage? I've been seeing them on TikTok. They're like egg sausage biscuit cupcakes or muffins. I've been seeing this all over. Like you mix all of that into the batter. They look so darn good. So I actually was thinking about making those. Maybe I'll do that this week instead of the casserole. I don't know, my boys are pretty good to get up and make themselves breakfast. We keep stuff around here like hard-boiled eggs or cereal. Well, we don't buy cereal that often. I guess we occasionally buy it. But we have like oatmeal and stuff too. But they're pretty good about getting up and just making themselves something. I do like to also keep things around though that is like easy for them to warm up. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're gonna get to the palm border today. Let's see, we have like I need to finish. I think this is the last. Yeah, this is the last side. So I'll finish this last section, but might have to call it a day so that I go make dinner. I didn't realize how late it had gotten. Like I said, I had taken an order and delivered some orders this morning, so I had to do that. I had to go out and about this morning for that. So we require our kids to do chores, around the house. So I was kind of facilitating chore time after I got home. We had just some things that we needed to get done and wrap up, and they wanted to play video games, and so I was like, yeah, let's take a little break from what we're doing and get our chores done. And I asked them to go out and ride their bikes for a little bit because I don't know, it's easy to kind of just get locked up in the house and not really do much, I guess. So I was like, we probably need to get it out, get some exercise, get some sunlight and all of that. They were outside riding bikes and stuff for quite a while, and they took the trash out and collected eggs. We were doing all that stuff, which was fun. My husband is at work, and I find myself like wanting him to like come home. I'm like, just come home. But like I enjoy hanging out with him, and like I miss him during the day when he's gone. So I'm always like, is it time for him to come home? Is it time? Is it time? Is it time? I'm like always looking at the clock. Okay, so we're not even halfway done. I feel like this is the long row. Like, why is this taking so long? It's the long row. So I've done the 2 short rows and 1 long row, and so now I'm on the last long row. That's where we're at, right? Okay, this is where I tied on the new skein. So I must be getting close to the end. Oh yeah, we're close. But it looked weird because it was like tied kind of tight. It's like, wait, this is odd. What did I do? I thought I had messed up, but we're good. We'll get this finished up, and then, like I said, she has a video for the palm border, so I'm gonna watch that. I wanted to do this first part first because I'm not gonna remember what she says. So my husband usually gets home at like 5 to 5:30 usually. So I do like to have dinner ready when he gets home. At our house, we have kind of this thing. I mean, occasionally we will like watch a movie and like eat at the coffee table while we watch a movie, but most oftentimes we sit at the dining room table and we play a board game as a family with the kids. I like to have dinner pretty early. I mean, not early, but like just as soon as my husband gets home so that we have time to play the board game. And my husband and I usually work out after, well, sometimes we work out after the kids go to bed, but usually like we'll go down and work out and we'll have the kids down there with us, like starting with us. So they get a little bit of exercise. Again, like we homeschool, so we don't necessarily have PE per se, but we're trying to like incorporate just more exercise and things like that into our daily routine. The boys will usually start out doing some exercising with us, and then it's usually like bedtime kind of in the middle of that. So then they go up to bed, and then we finish our workout time. Anyway, all of that has to do with I like to have dinner early enough where we can also play the game and then be able to go work out, and the kids, work out and stuff with us. It's all like, I don't know, as a mom, I feel like everything's always like on a schedule. And of course, I live with a house full of men, and so none of them really want to be on a schedule. But I'm over here trying to organize everything. And yeah, so we, like I said, played a game every night at dinner. And we were starting with Block Us. That was kind of the one we played all the time. It's my favorite game. And we have 4 in our family, so it's perfect because Block Us is a 4-player game. But then we kind of shifted did Mexican Train for a little while, and like different domino games. So we did that for a bit. Those are a little bit longer games, which our younger son, he does okay with those, but every now and again you can tell it's getting a little bit long for him. So we find that like the shorter games, like a half-hour game, is a great time, like a great amount of time. So most currently we've been playing Exploding Kittens. We have played Exploding Kittens for months. I am sick of playing Exploding Kittens. I would rather go back to Block Us because, again, it's my favorite game. My kids love Exploding Kittens. That's their favorite. My boys both, we have a cat, and the cat is their favorite animal. And so, anyway, we play Exploding Kittens for them. I would rather them be happy with it and whatever. So that's not always what I want. Oh, Yahtzee. We did Yahtzee for a while. My mom got us Yahtzee for like Christmas, I think. And so we've been doing Yahtzee some too. But again, that's a little bit of a longer game. So like that one we need to kind of plan around. So like we might do Yahtzee more like on the weekends when we're not on so much of a time crunch. And like sometimes even on the weekends, like we play a game at lunchtime too. I don't know, it's fun. We enjoy doing that. It's just like a fun family time. I don't know, sitting at the table. I mean, we can talk and whatever, but I don't know, it's kind of fun to have like a common thing we're working for, and so the game is kind of where it's at for that. Creates good conversation and time together as a family, and I also feel like it really teaches the art of winning and losing with a good attitude. It's nice that we have that practice every day. Games are fun. We do enjoy it. I think the kids really enjoy it. They have our undivided attention. We do make it a point at dinner to not really have our phones out. I mean, occasionally we might check if a text message comes through or something, but we just try not to be on our phones. We try to be present during that time. All right, so we got to the end. We're done. So now like I said, I'm gonna watch the pom-pom video. Again, I don't think I'm gonna start it right now, but I do want to see where she goes with this. So I'm gonna watch that for a little bit, and then it looks so good. I like that border. It seals it in. It's good. I will finish that border, get that done. I will like insert a video of the finished blanket though. I will show you guys like the actual like full reveal. So don't worry. I will have that part of it done for you. It's always fun to be able to like chat with you and have you get to know me. I also really enjoy when you guys comment down below. I've had so many of you like just comment like, I don't know, things that you're working on or how you've been inspired by my videos. I had somebody mention that she hadn't finished this blanket. Her mom had passed away, and so she just wasn't really crocheting, which I get it. That's hard. That's hard to I still have my mom, but my grandma passed away a number of years ago, and it's painful. It's really painful, and so I get how sometimes, I don't know, just the sadness and stuff kind of creep in. Anyway, but it was cool. She'd shared that with me, and so I was kind of encouraging her to work on her blanket, and it was fun to talk with you guys today. I enjoyed our time together. I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing a little bit more progress on this blanket. If you did, please like down below and throw a comment down there. I want to hear from you guys. I want to get to know you guys better. So, and I will be down commenting as well. So I will throw a video now of the finished blanket and what it looks like. Let me know what you think of the blanket. Did you love it? Do you hate it? What do you think? What are your thoughts? What did you think about the pom border or the pom-pom border? I think I'm in love. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to our channel. I totally want you guys to come back and see us every week with our videos and hang out with us here on our channel. And we thank you so much for being with us today. And we wanted to let you know that we do have a Buy Me a Coffee page if you'd like to support our channel that way. If not, that's fine. Totally like and comment and subscribe, and that totally helps us out a ton. So we thank you for hanging out and being with us, and we will see you next time. Bye.